Combat can sometimes be a little bit stale and slow. I find that I'm always trying to come up with new and inventive ways to keep my combat fast-paced and exciting. What if I told you guys that there was one major thing that you could do to keep your players engaged? And it's pretty simple. It's player-facing combat. The idea in itself isn't a new one, but I'm always surprised to hear that a lot of people actually haven't heard of it. It's a concept of a player rolling to defend themselves rather than you rolling to attack them, as for Dungeon Master. You know, we get to do so much at the table already, from describing scenes, role-playing NPCs, and making rulings on things that the players can and can't do. Rolling attacks doesn't really offer me too much. And I'm not a DM who's, really trying to kill the players. I'm not super excited about the idea of ruining somebody else's fun. So it doesn't really matter. And there's a lot of positive things that players get out of rolling these checks themselves. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when your players aren't actually performing, doing their turns, a lot of them don't pay attention. Sure, some of them do for like reactions if you're playing 5e or something similar to that. But players can really switch off very quickly, especially if they've got like ADHD or something like that. And I find that block checks really does keep them focused. And to run this for a conventional D20 system, it's very simple. We need to determine what the modifier is going to be for their check. And it's going to be a D20 check, obviously. A 20-sided dice roll and a bonus. And the bonus is your conventional armor class. So that could be 11, 15, 18... like it is in D&D, Shadow Dark, Pathfinder, stuff like that. And you just minus 10. So you just want to get the bonus on top of 10. So if you've got an armor class of 18, 8 is your bonus. 15 AC, 5. Very, very straightforward. The roll that you've got to go against, the difficulty class for DC, is 11 plus the bonus that the monster has to hit. Okay, so if a goblin has a 14 dexterity, that's plus 2, right? Then that will be a 13 that the player needs to roll in order to be able to block the attack from the goblin. The term meets it, beats it is something that I use a lot in my games. I don't know about you guys, but I think obviously that's the way that these systems are supposed to work from a player's point of view. That's why it's 11 plus the bonus rather than 10 plus the bonus. Because if it was 10 plus the bonus, you would need to roll higher than the number for it to be the same math. The same math as if it was to hit. But that's a really big point. This is exactly the same. The math is exactly the same. The only difference is they're rolling to defend themselves rather than you rolling to attack, right? And one of the big reasons why I love this so much is because it puts fate in your players' hands. They are rolling dice to stay alive rather than us rolling dice to try and kill them. I think it really changes the way that our players see the game and our involvement as Dungeon Masters as well. It's a lot less of this like you versus them mentality. You do see games like that. And I think we can all kind of come together and be on the same page. I even go as far as allowing my players to use a luck points or inspiration, depending on the system that you're using, on their defense checks. So they can re-roll to, attempt to succeed on a block check. As it's, it's a method that they can use to stay in the fight. When I give out luck points, I do it because I want to reward something that I thought was cool or creative. So why shouldn't they be able to use that luck point as a reward to stay alive? As a way to try and stay alive. I mean, that's why we give these points out, is to help the players succeed, right? When you start thinking outside the box, you kind of realize that the rules of the systems that we play hold us down so much, and sometimes they do really get in the way of fun. Rulings, not rules, right? I see a lot of people saying that recently. Rulings, not rules, and I can't disagree. Honestly. So let me know what you think of this idea in the comment section below, and consider trying it out with your group for a one-shot if you don't already do this. I know quite a few people who have converted to doing block checks already. I have a new group that I'm running the Lost City module with on Thursdays. And they're all rolling block checks. And these are all 5e players, at least before they came into my Shadow Dark game. And they're rolling block checks. And they seem to be having a very, very good time. And they seem to be enjoying it. So, yeah, try it out. Try it out. See if your players like it. See if you like it. If you haven't already joined my public Discord, now is a great time to join. Additionally, check out my Patreon. Yeah, I post a variety of mechanics, systems, and adventures, which you guys can run at your tables. I'll see you guys next time on Loki's Lair. Until then.